So there is an announcement from 12th April. There'll be an English course from so the first session, the live session, will be at 7:30 a.m. this very time. You also repeat the course, all of you. And then at 2 p.m. India time and 9 p.m. India time, this course will be repeated. So please send the invitation for the course to everybody you know, so that they can take benefit of the course and attend it and take the benefit of Baba's teachings in Sangam Yoga. Om Shanti. Sometimes we children make the mistake of thinking that this confluence age is just an age of effort, and that the golden age is the age of attainment. But Baba says that confluence age is the highest age of attainment, or age of highest attainment, because Baba himself, the one who is the bestower of all attainments, is here and filling my aprons directly in this confluence age. So one must, this is also knowledge. So, knowing or staying in the awareness of the confluence age as not just the age of effort, but also the age of attainment, is something that we must pay attention to. And you see, we do this in Lokik life also. So, when you go to work, or you go to school, or you are, so basically when you go to school and you go to work, then children have this mindset that, I have to study, or, I've come to work. But then you see, that's your life. And while you're working in your office or you're doing household work, then also, there is life that's happening. And some people miss out on the life. They just focus on the work, and they just suspend their experience of happiness and peace and joy while they are at work. And they think that maybe after work, when I get the salary, then I will enjoy my life. But your life is passing in that every day in the work you are doing. So I don't have to wait to enjoy my life. My life is continuing as I do everything. And this knowledge also Baba comes and gives us. And Baba tells us that, Baba teaches us how to be a karma yogi. And Baba teaches us that while you're doing everything, do not forget to enjoy Baba's company. Do not forget to, enjoy meeting with Baba. And by keeping Baba with yourself, not just for the task to be done, sometimes Brahmin children, they think that, when I'm doing something so that the work is done well, or the result comes nice, or the result is fruitful, so I have to keep Baba with myself. But no, not just, that you keep Baba with yourself because you want to improve the quality of work, but when you're with Baba, the quality of life is different. And you see, many people say that when they come to the center, they ask us, so all day you're doing seva, then when do you enjoy? So we say, with the seva. So they say, how is that possible? So, this is seva, and then you need to have a life, you need to have enjoyment. So we say, no, this is joy, this is seva, this is life. We enjoy the company of Baba as we do seva. We enjoy the company of Brahmins as we do seva. We are happy to meet the Ishwari family as we do seva. And it's not just that I have to do this, I have to give a chapter, I have to give a lesson. No, it's not like that. So Baba teaches us, these very beautiful skills, very beautiful, attitudes, where we learn to recognize that, life with Baba in Sangam Yug is, even work, the work that we do, whether it is Lokik work or seva, or we are making effort for self-improvement, all of that is a very enjoyable experience because you're doing it with Baba. And in the world it says it doesn't matter what you do, it matters who you do it with. So it is the company that matters. So Baba tells us that when we, and this whole, this month's Avyak Ishara is on combined form. So, we must always keep that in awareness that I am in the combined form, and this awareness of being in the combined form makes this whole journey so enjoyable and so, full of love and attainments. And then you see, Baba says that not just the company of Baba that we get in Sangam Yug, but also the attainments that we get from Baba. So A is, you have somebody. So have you seen that people choose to have the company of depleted, impure souls, despite, that company not being an asset but costing you a lot? So, if you look at, the company of human beings, the company of human beings is, something that you have to take with a pinch of salt always, because they are not always, the vibration is not that of love or acceptance or joy or, or filling you with courage and enthusiasm. Most of the time, the energy is that of, criticizing or commenting or anger or putting you down or ego or all of that stuff. And then still, company, we value company so much that people don't choose to live alone, and they kind of, accept it that, okay, if you have to be with somebody, then all of these problems will be there, but then still be with somebody. Better to be with somebody than be alone. So people make this choice, although it costs you. But here, when you have Baba as your companion and you keep company with Baba, then Baba is somebody who is always nourishing and elevating and sustaining and recharging and, filling me with peace and joy and hope and courage and motivating me, filling me with self-esteem. So this is a very great attainment in Sangam Yug. I am not even talking about the attainments from Baba, but just the fact that, I have Baba with me is a very big attainment, because these days the people are confused about what is the bigger problem, loneliness or company. Because, when people get tired of company, when people get tired of human company, then they want to, run away and they want to seek loneliness. And when they are lonely, they say, it's better to have somebody around, even if, they are not good for you. Even if they are not elevating you or supporting you, or they are pulling you down, still So people are very confused about which is the lesser problem, company or loneliness. And here, Baba is a solution for both. So Baba is a solution for my loneliness, and Baba is also a solution for the goodness of company that I want. So, Baba is somebody who is always there with me, and he is providing me all the goodness of the company that I seek in the world. So, so this is the first attainment that I have in Sangam Yuga. And the moment you remember Baba, the moment you bring Baba into your awareness, Baba starts influencing your mind, your buddhi, your sanskar, everything. And have you seen that, many a times your mind and buddhi are not in the right place for very long, and you suddenly remember that it's because I'm not in Baba's remembrance that I'm having all this struggle. And then when the moment you start remembering Baba, your mind starts feeling the calm and the love and the purity that you were yearning for, and all your all your confusions and all your negativity is gone, and your buddhi is straight. Now it can think straight, now it can appreciate everything, now it is full of gratitude, now there is nothing to complain about. And it is magical what Baba's company does to us. And if I am a Brahmin who doesn't appreciate this, then I have everything. But then just like people say, the ungrateful have an experience of having nothing even when they have everything. So similarly, when we are not appreciative, or when we are not recognizing that I have Baba, then I am actually weaning myself away from a very fulfilling experience of having such a big attainment. And this is a mistake that we shouldn't make. So some children think that I am the one making effort, I am the one doing Amrit Vela, I am the one doing Seva, I am doing, and I'm just making effort. But why don't you just recognize what you've got in Sangam Yoga? And effort is nothing. We are not making any effort. And if you ask me personally, I always have this experience that I don't know the experience of Satyug. So, of course, intellectually I understand some things about it, but right now I am not experiencing Satyug. But I am very sure that when I'm in Sangam Yuga, there is nothing that I should miss about Satyug, because Sangam Yuga is a more elevated yuga than Satyug. So I am very convinced about that, and the attainment that I have right now is bigger than what I would have in Satyug, is something that I feel all day, every second of the day. And Baba tells us then, Baba gives us so many attainments. And the first attainment that Baba gives is jewels of knowledge. So the jewels of knowledge that Baba gives are a very big attainment. And the first jewel of knowledge that Baba gives us, you are a soul. And today's Murli is pretty much about soul consciousness and how Baba makes us soul conscious. So I am a soul anyway, even when I don't know Baba, even when I don't know I'm a soul, I'm still a soul. But knowing that I am a soul is a big deal. So Baba makes us have this jewel of knowledge, which is soul consciousness. And you see, knowledge is power, and knowledge is called jewel, knowledge is called power. So every point of knowledge gives you the experience of attainment and the experience of power. So you see, when you imbibe the knowledge of a soul, then you see you get the attainment of being, fearless. So first thing you understand is, I am a soul, I never die. So when you know that, then you have the attainment of fearlessness. You know that you are a soul doing everything through the body, and it is up to you to do something or not do something. It is up to you to listen to something, hear something or not hear, see and not see. So you have the attainment of being a master, being in control. And Baba says that, every point of knowledge that I give you gives you a lot of attainment and power. But do I appreciate that? Yes. Do you know that nobody in the world knows that the soul is the one creating thought through the mind, focusing attention through the intellect, and your experience of life is based on your attention and thought. And if you pull your attention and thought away from what you don't like, then what you don't like will not be a part of your experience of life. So people are wanting to run desperately away from that which they don't like. But Baba says that, running away is not even required. You just have to know that you are a soul, and you experience something when you focus on it, when you think about it. And if you focus on Baba, and if you focus on your power to not think about something, it will not be a part of your experience of life. And even if there are 100 problems going on around you, your experience of life will not be problematic if you are focused on your state of peace and Baba, the ocean of peace. So Baba says this is such a big power that Baba gives through this knowledge of the soul. And you see, Baba tells us that when you become soul conscious, you are able to see Baba. And you see, you need the eye of soul consciousness, you need the intellect that's soul conscious, so that you can recognize Baba, the Almighty, who comes in an ordinary body. Yes, so Baba takes a very ordinary instrument. But how do you, so when you're body conscious, you will always look at Brahma Baba. Yes, you cannot recognize that in this body there are two souls sitting. But you see, Baba makes us soul conscious, and Baba makes us recognize that, you see, it is not provable, it is not seeable. You cannot see it, you cannot prove it. But because you are soul conscious, you can recognize that in this ordinary body of Brahma Baba, there is Shiv Baba, the Almighty, the one who resides in the incorporeal region. He has come and he is talking to you through the Murli. And this recognition is the power of being soul conscious. So when you understand that you are a soul entering this body and doing everything through the body, then you can see, through the eye of knowledge, that Baba comes from the soul world and enters Brahma Baba and talks to me. And you are not surprised at it. It makes total sense when you're soul conscious. And then you see, have you ever, when you think about, when you are soul conscious and you think about matters of the soul, it is wonderful to think about how, such a tiny being of light. What is Baba? A tiny being of light. And a tiny point of light has such immense power that it changes the whole world. Yes, and what power is that? It is the power of knowledge, the power of purity, the power of love, the power of peace. And then you start recognizing that spiritual power is such a huge power. And when you start recognizing that, you are a soul and Baba, the Supreme Soul, changes the whole world through spiritual power. Just meethe bachche, just think about how meethe bachche works. Yes, Baba says meethe bachche, and we become meethe also. So just recognize the power of loveful words, the power of, knowledgeful words. And Baba gives us that, Baba purifies us. So when we do yoga, so what is it that happens in yoga? It's just, one soul connecting to the Supreme Soul and getting purified. And it is so amazing, no science can ever understand this, that just by turning your intellect to the purifier, you get purified. And Baba says, when you understand these spiritual matters, then you rely on spiritual power and the power of yoga. You know that, when Baba can do everything without a body, you see, Baba just uses Brahma Baba's body to speak. That's only one thing you cannot do without the body. But other than that, you can do everything without the body. Baba purifies us without the body. So you don't go to Brahma Baba to get purified. You just remember Shiv Baba and he purifies you. So, you remember Shiv Baba and you feel the love, you feel the warmth, you feel everything. So Baba says, you recognize soul power and you recognize the transformative effect of soul power when you become soul conscious. And then you have a lot of attention towards building this soul power. You're very interesting in inculcating and increasing your soul power by the method of knowledge and yoga. And when you pay attention to that, then you are able to do everything with soul power. You need to use very less knowledgeful words, and rest of the things you do with soul power. And you can create a better world through soul power. So Baba says, I give you the jewel of knowledge of the soul and the Supreme Soul, and you are able to do magic through this, through the power and the attainment of this point of knowledge. And then you see this one jewel of knowledge, that I am a soul, and when I start seeing everyone as a soul, this changes your whole perspective of who they are. Yes, so when you think you are a body, you are so limited by your physical context, but when you start seeing yourself as a soul, who are you as a soul? You come from the soul world, you play a deity part for 2500 years, and then you fall down, and then you are here, in this hapless, helpless state. And then you come in contact with Baba, and then you are the one who changes from a Shudra to a Brahmin and becomes the right hand in world transformation, and then you bring about that world transformation on Baba's directions. So when you start recognizing who you are, you start seeing every individual as more than what they look like and appear like. And you understand that, anybody who is a BK, yes, they are erstwhile deities. Yes, this is a fact that anybody who is a BK was a deity. And if they understand knowledge, if they are making effort to have yoga, they are going to be deities tomorrow. And you take them seriously. And you take every BK, you don't look at the limitations or weaknesses they have. They may be uneducated, they may be anything, in the worldly context, a BK could be anything. But then the fact that they are a BK means they are going to be a deity. They were a deity. Yes, so that gives you, that gives you the drishti to have respect for Brahmin children. And then in the Brahmin family, those who are the right hand of Baba, those who are carrying out Baba's task, they are definitely the ones who take big positions in Satyug. They are the ones who come in the rosary of 16,108. So when you look at them like that, you understand who is who. And then you see somebody who is a very, in the world, they are a big shot, but they don't have any regard for Baba or knowledge, and they are, they are not willing to understand that, or they are not able to understand that. Then you have compassion for that soul. And you understand that, this is, I am the deity and this is the one I have to serve. So you understand, who you have to, who is the companion, who is company, who do you have the relationship of being a server with. You can put everything in context. Even if you have Lokik parents and you are the one who belongs to Baba and they don't recognize Baba, then you understand that you have to serve them. They don't have to serve you. So the whole paradigm changes, and you start looking at, and when you see somebody, even if that soul is in another religion, you understand that it's possible that it could be a deity soul, it is possible it could be otherwise. So you give them a fair chance of, recognizing Baba, and you share Baba's knowledge with them. And if they belong to the deity religion, they will come and join you in this Brahmin life. So Baba says that now when you're soul conscious, there is a deeper spiritual reason why somebody does something or doesn't do something. And you don't interpret it in a body conscious way and say, they are bad, they are good, they are right, they are wrong. You don't use these labels. You understand that they are who they are. And you see, I remember there was this one sister, and she was not very adept at everything, not very skilled, not very experienced. And but she was living in the center and she had a cool temperament, so she would never react. Very nice Baba's bachi. And then, somebody made a comment that, this sister, she takes a lot of time to do everything. And she's not fast and she's not, so then they told me that, if you had a sister who was faster and, more competent, then, so I said, the fast ones are not deity souls. What can I do? So, this is the only deity soul. And she's the one who is doing everything. So I said, and I think, good enough, we can create Satyug like this also. Even if she goes at this speed, it's okay. But, so, we give a lot of importance to these things in the body conscious world, Baba says Visheshta is more important in the body conscious world. People are very focused on physical skills and stuff. But Baba says no. In this Gyan Marg, and the truly divine souls, they don't, maybe they have less physical skills, but then they have a lot of guna. And the first guna, the first virtue is you recognize Baba. And what is the sign of recognizing Baba? Belonging to Baba. So, not intellectually recognizing Baba, but when you recognize Baba, you will belong to Baba. That is the sign of highest wisdom. So, wisdom is not depicted by how eloquent you are, or how fast you do things, or how much right brain you have, left brain you have, or how much multitasking you can do. That is not a sign of wisdom. A sign of wisdom is you recognize Baba, you surrender your life to Baba. And the ones who recognize Baba and make the decision to belong to Baba, they are the wisest souls, and they are the ones who become deities. And Baba says that, and I will tell you, there is one Mata, and she is very educated and everything, but she would never even, think about doing any seva of Baba. And then once she told me that, mostly in Baba's centers, I have seen that there are not very educated sisters and this and that, and she made that comment. So then I said, you see, you are also Baba's child, but you never thought of surrendering your life. Did you? No, because you are not that wise. But the one who you think is, unpad, the one who you think is uneducated, is wise enough to come and surrender her life. So then that one is a wiser one than somebody who doesn't make that decision. So we are all number wise, and of course we have our limitations, but we understand, what is the sign of wisdom, what is not the sign of wisdom. And we don't fall into the trap of body consciousness, because body consciousness is illusion. You think that this person, if they became a BK, they would be very good. Yes, and they would do a lot of seva. But okay, it's good to have hope on somebody, but then you have to understand that the one who is a BK is the highest one. So that is something that Baba tells us, that you have to be soul conscious. Soul consciousness makes you recognize yourself, your powers, your journey, your potential. Soul consciousness makes you recognize that Baba is the one. You have to listen to Baba, see Baba, remember Baba, because nobody else matters. And soul consciousness makes you recognize who is who. So according to that, you set your attitude of regard, cooperation, or compassion. So that is what soul consciousness does. Now, do you understand that in this whole class, we understood the importance of only one jewel of attainment of the knowledge of the soul? So think about all the attainments that we get from Baba in this Sangam Yuga, the knowledge of the drama, the knowledge of Baba, the knowledge of time, the knowledge of karma, and then we get the attainment of love and peace and purity, and we get the attainment of all powers, we get the attainment of experience. So we get so many attainments in Sangam Yuga. And Baba says, you cannot feel anything if you don't think about it. So think about your Sangam Yugi attainments. And when you think about it, you know that the effort you are making is very little, but the attainments you are enjoying are huge in Sangam Yuga. And then you will not feel that this is a life of effort, you will rather feel that this is a life of great attainment. So live in the intoxication that we are living a life of attainment, we are not waiting for a life of attainment. So some people are waiting for Satyug. How many of you are waiting for Satyug? Yes. Don't wait for Satyug, because Satyug is lesser than Sangam Yuga. Do you understand? Yes, Satyug is lesser than Sangam Yuga. Satyug is the golden age. We are in the diamond age. So relish the diamond age. Cherish the diamond age. And this diamond age will not come again, Satyug will be there for, 12-50 years. Treta Yuga also will be semi-swarg. But this Sangam Yuga is very small, and this is the diamond age. This is the time to feel and experience and enjoy and fill your aprons, and this is the time to have Baba's company and Baba's inheritance. So just keep this in your awareness and enjoy your Sangam Yugi life, which is full of atindriya sukh, super sensuous joy, only when you recognize it. Okay, Om Shanti.